blew it, me money.
What do you mean you blew it?
I blew that 100,000.
But that time, your analysis was telling you...
Buy, but I sold.
You sold, okay.
Jan, Feb, March, April, I was just on a blowing streak ever since then. Because in my mind, I just want to make that money back every time I'm trading. I'm just full margining. I grew 50 Rand to 3,000.
Jeez.
So I'm like, okay, there's only two things, two possibilities. TP was hit or the account is gone. I didn't withdraw it. I'm like, okay, this 10K, all of it is going. I'm making money today. I'm changing my life today. Now, full margin, I'm in profits. I'm floating 60,000 now.
Alright, yo, what's up guys? It's Nqobile Tembane from Top Traders South Africa, and I'm bringing you guys another installment of Market Masters, where I sit down with the most talented and prominent traders in the industry. And today I'm actually excited. It's been a while actually since I sat down with somebody who's probably like 10 years younger than me. Sorry, who's probably 10 years younger than me. I'm sitting down with Aluncedo Mzamane, yes. Oh, but the streets know you as ONG Sleazy.
ONG Sleazy,
Nah, that's correct. How are you doing?
I'm okay, how are you?
Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm excited for today. Like I said, the information we had gathered before the interview when we were choosing people to interview, I know there was that grade 11 thing, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that part. Anyway, okay, for the interest of people, how old are you?
Turning 19.
You're turning 19. May, when you finished school, like now?
Last year.
Like now?
Yeah.
And you were trading at the same time?
Yeah.
Gee.
I don't want to say necessarily juggling. I was more prioritizing trading in a sense.
And you passed?
Yeah. By the grace of God, I passed.
Yeah, as long as you made it, I think that's the important part, you know. Yeah, so I think I just want to give people a little bit of background to you, who you are, obviously. I know this is going to sound wild. This feels wild. I feel very old right now. Yeah, but just a little bit of your upbringing, background, just give people a sense of who Aluncedo is.
Okay. So Aluncedo, I was coming from Eastern Cape. I was living in the villages till I was 6. I got pneumonia and lived aside. School, what. Okay. So now to come into the industry and everything, it was back in grade 8 when I got introduced to it. So a friend of mine would always come over and say, hey, gents, let's go buy this, gents, let's go buy that, etc., etc., etc. So obviously I was wondering, okay, where's all this money coming from? Where's this, where's that, etc., etc. And that's where the interest initially came from. But for me to actually start it, it didn't happen until late. But besides that, at school, I never really enjoyed school or anything like that. Hence, I've been trading throughout school and everything. Came grade 9, that's when I opened my first demo, and it was simply because of a video that I watched. The first time I finally said, yeah, I want to start this thing, I went and searched up what is Forex, like everyone else does.
Yeah.
First,
we've got the Octa free webinars, crypto webinars coming this month, the month of March. MJ, what can people expect to learn?
From the crypto seminar?
Yeah, from the
a lot, man. How to utilize crypto, using CFD platforms, as well as tax regulations. Guys, the whole regulatory framework is coming to place, these days. I think you're going to be learning that. And obviously, different strategies.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be showing you guys. So, yeah, I need to prepare, man.
From different experts as well, correct.
Yeah.
All right, and on that note, register using the link down below. Use the promo code BeyondOcta for 100% deposit bonus. Yeah, trade with Octa.
See you on the 10th and the 17th of March.
Perfect.
Let's get to it.
Video to pop up was a Mamba FX video, and it's basically taught me how to use indicators. And the second video I ever watched, it was an FX codes video. It was not teaching anything, but basically the lifestyle. The video was I bought my dad his dream car.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what basically inspired me to get into this thing. But okay, no, you can actually buy people things that they want. I can buy what I want, and etc., etc., etc. And already I knew the school route is not for me. I mean, obviously, growing up, you always have that thing. They ask you what do you want to do when you grow up. You're gonna have that. I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. I want to be that. For me, I always said architect, but I was lying simply because I knew they make money. I'm like, architect, whatever.
You just wanted to be where people are making money. Simple as that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I never really had the interest per se. And then now, grade 9, I've opened my first demo, that $100,000 demo, Meta Q, MQL
that
demo.
one.
Yeah, that one. Played around with it, blew it, made money.
What do you mean you blew it?
I flew that 100,000.
I think you are the first person I've come across.
I was playing up and down with that thing. Like, I don't know what lot sizes were.
Okay.
And I think at the time the default one is 1.
Yeah.
So I just kept spamming, maybe buy and see, oh, it's blue, now it's red. Maybe spam, sell, oh, it's blue, it's red. Just playing with it. I didn't know what I was doing. And then I also learned that indicator thing from Mamba FX. I used the indicator. That indicator was making me blow accounts left, right, and center. But I haven't really gotten into it for real. I was just playing around with it. It was a thing I did like every once in a month or so, yeah. Grade 10, come grade 10, pick your subjects and everything, and I failed for my first time. After failing, what went through my mind was, okay, already I don't like the school thing. And now I have to figure out what do I actually want to do with my life. So grade 10 was my hustle year. That's when I actually started hustling hard. There was times I even used to sell stock seats at school. I used to sell everything at school. I used to do dropshipping at some point. I was once in that Andrew Tate thing.
Oh,
the war room.
that.
Yeah, I was once in it as well. Like, I was just trying to find every information I could about everything. Then I locked into trading specifically. Late that year, I paid for my first mentorship. Mostly I was self-taught throughout that whole year. But late that year, in November of that year, I paid for my first mentorship with Maps to Saho.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what was it that you felt like you needed? Why did you feel like you needed mentorship actually?
It's tricky because I don't think I necessarily needed mentorship. It's just a thing of, okay, at the time, he had just transitioned from like content creation to YouTube. So I still look up to him as a YouTuber in a sense. I'm like, oh, he's also doing this.
Yeah.
And once upon a time, I was also doing YouTube. And even now I went back into the YouTube space. But once upon a time, I was doing that. I looked up to him and whatnot and what forth. So I'm like, right, let me just pay for it. I got into the course and everything. I was not really happy with what I learned simply because I already knew what I was being taught. I was not a beginner at the time. And I was still blowing accounts regardless though, but I knew, okay, there's something that sets us apart. There's a reason he's making money and I'm not, in a sense. And that realization basically came down to psychology. So I stopped looking for strategies and started looking to actually practice and master my psychology. Now this is that year of grade 10. And then come grade 11, I'm happy as I was about to swear. I'm happy. I'm all over the place. Yeah, life is nice.
Things are going on. No, but
yeah.
Going back to grade 10, were you trading live accounts?
Yes, I opened my first live in grade 10. Yes.
Under whose name? But it's fine.
It was my grandmother's name. I opened that account. I didn't even register for it right.
Yeah.
So that whole money that I got there, wasn't even able to use it.
Really?
I remember there was a time, at the time I even bought the course from Maps around that time. I took 100 Rand. I started trading it. So I just read something online that says, okay, you need to set daily targets. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do 100 Rand a day. No, it wasn't something I read. It was actually an interview. You were interviewing, was this Bandile?
Oh, yeah.
He spoke about 100 Rand a day. What. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start making 100 Rand a day. I do that for that whole week. Every time I hit 100 close. Sometimes say 150, sometimes 200. At the end of that week, It was 1,000, my very first 1,000 that I see. I'm like, yeah, I finally did it. So now I even have a bargaining chip for my mom. Going, okay, look what I did, 200 rand. Please buy me this mentorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sent me 500, bought that mentorship, got into the mentorship, learned everything. Now comes beginning of the year, grade 11.
Yeah.
I just opened another account with another broker under my grandmother's name again. But now I did it nicely because I couldn't withdraw that other money. So the money was stuck there until late.
Till
I called them actually.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, last year, as soon as I turned 18, I went like, hey, see that account?
Give me my money.
I need that money.
Yeah.
I had money landed.
Clean.
Traded NFP with it.
Oh,
Even. It was nice.
Yeah.
So, beginning of grade 11, I created that account. It was coming for the first NFP of that year. And this is now my first time trading fundamentals. It's my first NFP. The whole week I traded again. I funded 100 rand. I grew to 1,000. I'm like, okay, cool. Now it's Friday. This 1,000, it's going to 20,000. 20,000, 10,000, it's going there. I'm like, oh, wait. I'm even telling my boys, I'm like, hey, Chief, for going out there. Chief, like, it already had plans this month.
That time the money's not there yet.
The money's not, it hasn't been withdrawn, but it has plans. It's fine.
Yeah.
The whole week, I was just analyzing. The whole week, I distinctly remember NASDAQ, there was a setup. It was a double bottom. It's going to buy. I come into the markets, a signal comes in, sell NASDAQ. I'm like, okay, there's a reason he's here. He knows more than me. What. Let me sell NASDAQ. At the same time, I'm trading with my boy. He came with his life savings and everything. He funded everything as well. We sat together. Life savings, I mean, money he's been saving for like 3 years. It's like 400 though. But regardless, we sat down together.
I'm thinking we're talking like 100K. But I get you. Just a bunch of high schoolers pushing life. Yeah.
So now he comes. We were on my couch. I just taught him a few things that I have learned and everything. And then we're like, okay, sharp. Let's sit down to trade now. It's 2 minutes before the event. I'm selling NASDAQ full margin.
But that time, your analysis was telling you
buy, but I sold.
You sold, okay.
I completely ignored my analysis. He sold as well. So now, literally, 2:30 hits. He's like, what happened? I look to screen. I'm like, what do you mean, dog? It's like my thing froze. I check. I see a long green candle. I'm like, yo. I was finished. I was finished, I think, for a good 2 days. What's even worse, that day I blew. I remember I was pissed. At 4 that day, he posts, give Forex, dideng. Got up past 4, post profits. Yo. I was finished. I wanted to beat someone.
Hey. And that time you pushed that 100 rand to 1,000, and now that 1,000 was gone.
All of it's gone. And that was my first signal that I took. I don't normally take signals. I don't like taking signals. So that was my first signal that I took. I'm like, all of it gone. I remember from like Jan, Feb, March, April, I was just on a blowing streak ever since then. Because in my mind, I just want to make that money back every time I'm trading. I'm just full margining it. I was just losing. I was not even in a good state, because now my mom would maybe give me like, let's say 200 rand for something. All of it is gone. Whatever I wanted, I'm not going to buy it because I'm trading now. I'm trying to change my life. Every day I'm just blowing. Come around May, this time I've just created my own group with just a couple of friends where we were just helping each other. Sometimes we share material to each other. Whatever we learn, we just share, etc. We're just helping each other. So now in this group, I started dialing it back. I'm like, okay, now I was just going to start setting targets. We're going to start trading properly. Forget about everything that happened. Just focus on this mine. Started growing it slowly but surely again. we're growing. Come June, now I'm just used to trading. Sometimes I make money, sometimes I blow, but it's becoming better. It's no longer that constant blowing anymore. So now June, at the same time, it was June exams. I remember that specific day, even it was, I was writing history that day. I had grown my account, I think it was from 50 Rand, yes.
50.
I grew 50 Rand to 3,000.
Jeez.
So I'm like, okay, now I'm on top of the world. This 3,000, I'm taking it to 10. I'm like, oh yes. I had a buy on gold. I saw a swing trade buy on gold. It actually started pushing up and everything. That's where that 50 Rand to 3K came initially. Close profits and everything. Come that day, I think it was a Wednesday, we were writing history. So now I get to school. When I checked my phone, I was in a loss of like 500. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I still have some protection. My stop loss is in and I'm okay. Right before the exam, it tapped into a support. So on the support, it was followed with a trend line. So now there's more confirmations to this trade. So I'm like, okay, this trade, it's going either way. I remove my stop loss, I add. I'm like, okay. I put my phone away. I refused to put it in my bag because the stress was too much.
Anytime during the exam, you need to check.
I had to. I put it in my blazer. I was here in my blazer. It was on silent, but it was on open on the charts.
The time the boy has no intention of cheating on the exam, it's just to check the market.
I couldn't care less about what I'm writing. I finished that exam it was a 2-hour exam. I finished it in an hour. The whole time I'm just on my arms, just checking the trade.
Yeah.
And then I actually fall asleep. Now I'm like, okay, sharp. The exam finished. They say you can go. Take my bag. I just walked around to the toilet. Now I'm by the toilet. I take out my phone. I was standing with one of my homeboys. I just dropped to my knees. I'm like, yo. You know when you just open the charts.
Yeah.
And there was like lines of the trades. Like there was you see where it shows your buys and everything. Yeah, so that barcode, it just disappeared. I'm like, okay, there's only two possibilities. TP was hit or the account is gone. The account was gone.
I was kind of hoping for that.
That year was, it's fine.
Gee.
Come July, I made my very first withdrawal.
Only now your first
very first since that whole time that I've just told. Very first withdrawal was in grade 10 July.
This whole time just been donating.
Exactly. The broker knew me by name, surname, ID number. And knew if they need like a young Hennessy, it's coming out from this boy's account. It's chai. So now I traded that account. I got it to 600. I withdrew. It's landing on my grandmother's account. I told her it landed. The first person I showed was the nanny.
Okay.
She always told me Forex is scam, Forex is scam, Forex is scam. What. I showed her cash. I'm like, this is Forex. Since that day, I was happy.
Yeah.
I kept blowing after that still. But like still now, there's more motivation.
Yeah.
And now it's like 2023, it's grade 10, right? No, it's grade 11.
Okay.
It's now grade 11. I've started to make a few withdrawals and everything. It's nice. I start to see the money I make. I start to actually enjoy it and spend it. I stopped walking to school at some point. Even I was just bolting. Like, life is nice.
Yeah.
And then I went to a seminar in July. Jason Noah seminar. I was there. I wasn't there to necessarily learn because even from when I got my mentorship, I didn't really want to really learn. Obviously, you're always a student of the market. You're always learning something new every day. But I know, Huri, at the time, it was before the ICT and SMC trend in a sense. So necessarily when you talk about trading, we're just talking about, okay, we're trading a trend line, support and resistance, etc., etc. That's majority of traders. Obviously, there's a lot more strategies out there, but majority of traders, I'm just going to go there and learn a trend line, or I'm going to go there and learn support and resistance. And another thing, even at seminars, they never break down their strategy 100%. It's just to entice you to basically buy mentorship or to do this or to do that, etc., etc. So I just knew, I'm just going there to network. There's nothing really to it. So I went there. For the first time, I'm meeting a big trader. The picture I took that day, it was a terrible picture, but I treasure it till this day.
Yeah.
My hair was out at the time. This other, it was an ugly afro, but it's chill. That day, my mom wanted me home. It was again around the exam time, so it was in July. My mom wanted me home to study. And I told my mom, nah, I need to meet this guy. She's like, okay, come back home at 1. 1 comes, he just started the seminar. He was late for his own seminar, so he just started the seminar and everything. And it's okay, it's fine. My mom calls. Excuse me. I answer, I'm like, she's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm coming home now. She's like, come right now. Leave everything. Leave your friends. Come home. I'm like, okay. 30 minutes passes. She's calling. I press that volume button, so it just silences. Now, every call that comes, I'm just ignoring it. I'm ignoring the call. I'm there for a particular machine.
Yeah.
And I'm going to meet this guy. I meet him. It's chilled and everything. I met an old friend as well who's killing it in the game right now as well. So I was happy. I got home, had a whole argument with my mom even for the first time. I even shouted back and everything because I was also frustrated, and I'm not proud of that day. But regardless, after that, she took my phone, took the laptop. No, not laptop. She took my phone, both my phones. Yeah, I had 2 phones.
Okay.
She took both my phones and, you can't trade, you can't do anything, just study. I'm like, it's fine. I'm going to study everything. After
and that's proper punishment for you.
That's
phones
punishment for me. Because she knows the chart's an addiction now.
Yes.
Now my phones are gone. After 2 days, I begged for them. I'm like, I need them. The story is, no, I need to study. There are notes in my phone. Then there are notes, but I know I'm gonna get that phone and check the charts. It's fine. Yeah. And then that whole year, it was chilled after that, and then it was in September now.
Okay.
I deposited 1,000 rand in that account. I'm like, okay, sharp. This account, I'm just gonna grow it slowly. No particular target. I took it to 10,000 on that first week. The following week, it was CPI. It was on a Wednesday. So now on that Wednesday, I'm like, okay, cool. I know what CPI is gonna do. I still have this 10K. I didn't withdraw it. I'm like, okay, this 10K, all of it is going. I'm making money today. I'm changing my life today. Always. I'm ready now. We were writing at the end of all these stories are coming when I'm writing. All my big blown accounts are coming from when I'm writing. But I'm writing Afrikaans. I even left the back page empty because I'm like, it's time to trade now. It's time for CPI. My phone is under my table. So the teacher we were at.
What time are you writing?
We're writing from 2 to 3.
2 to 3.
Yes.
And
CPI is at 2:30. So I have traded.
Yo.
Now it's an hour-long test. I wrote for 25 minutes. And I left everything. The teacher was is not strict. He doesn't check anything. So as soon as he sits down, everyone takes out their notes to cheat and whatnot and what forth. I take out my phone because I'm trading now.
Yeah.
Cheating, guy born.
Yeah.
Passing, I see it. I'll pass it away. Money first. I'm like, okay. Put the phone on the table. There was someone right in front of me. A full margin. I bought Nasdaq. Yeah. A full margin, those buys on Nasdaq. I wait. I'm shaking at the same time. I'm looking around so the teacher doesn't see. I'm worried about the camera. I know it doesn't work, but a small part of me is like, what if they just decided just for today?
Just for today.
Yo. Like 5 seconds before the event, boom, deep blues. I'm like, yeah, now I'm cooking. Now I'm full margin. I'm in profits. I'm floating 60,000 now. It's like between 60,000 to 63, 64, 65. It's just floating around there. So you just finish the test and everything. I think when we're done, you can just go. So I left about like at 35. 2:35, I left. So now I'm outside. I'm screaming. I'm like, yes, I'm excited.
It's still floating.
It's still floating. Instead of closing, I'm telling my friends that I'm done. Boy, hey, chief, I'm... It's shy. I'm even ready to leave school now. So I'm like, if I can do this juggling school, imagine without school. Maybe I'll make $1 million. I'm like, yeah, no. I cooked, what. Now I'm getting ready to close. It's like 35, 36, 37. I'm getting ready to close. As I'm about to close, an SMS comes in. Your data is depleted. What. Yo. In my mind, I'm like, oh, yes, it's fine. It's fine. Right now, it's moving. And what I know about NFP, if it moves for this...
CPI.
CPI, sorry. Yeah. If it moves in this direction for this long, there's less chances it's going to actually reverse the whole move. I'm like, it's fine. I'll close when I get home. Why I didn't think about Wi-Fi? Why I didn't think about asking a friend to hotspot? I don't know. I'll close when I get home. And I'm not going home straight at the same time. I'm going to practice. I also played soccer. I go to practice. I'm playing. I get home.
I'm sure that day during practice, the ball, you were Messi on the field. That day.
Yo, that day was nice. Yo. Like, I played center back at the time. So me, on a good day, I know everyone is chowing ground. I'm a wall. No one is passing me. Yeah, that day I was fantastic. I was on my top performance.
Because why? The 60,000.
I was ready to bless my mom even after that. I get home. I don't even want to open the charts now because now I'm like, okay, what if something happened? Now stress starts to kick in. First, I drop my bags and everything, sit down comfortably, open the charts. Takes a while to load. I'm looking at the balance, it's still floating on that 63,000. Yeah, 0. Yo. Yeah. After that day, I told myself, whenever I'm trading news, I close immediately after, no matter what. Never doing that again. Till this day, I haven't floated 60K like that. Till today.
Yeah.
60K I haven't. Yo. It's fine. It's a good year. They pushed me grade 11. I don't think I passed. I feel like I was on like a 28%, and then they felt bad and said, here's the dates, you can go. And that's how I got to grade 11.
Yeah.
Because
Matric, right?
Yeah. I mean, sorry, 11, 12. Now I'm in matric. Beginning of the year, even my mom told me, no more trading, no more businesses. Businesses as in, I also had a dropshipping store in grade 11 at the time. So...
Well, was it making money? The dropshipping?
The first 10K I've ever touched in my hustle was coming from dropshipping.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What were you selling?
I used to sell sneakers.
Oh, yeah.
I was selling... I thought they were authentic and affordable sneakers, but...
Yeah.
Those sneakers were bought at 250, sold at 2.5. The profit margins were insane.
Wild.
Yo.
Wild.
I enjoyed that. And then I got scammed by my supplier.
Yo.
It's always...
You guys, you saw 10K.
At least 10K landed in my bank account.
Yeah.
When you look at money in, money out, you can see it was there.
Yeah.
Left. On where? Don't know, but it was there.
Yeah.
And grade 12 now. I'm not allowed to trade, but I'm still trading regardless. But on on the down low, secretly trading.
Did your mom know about what happened to the 10K?
Yeah, I told her.
Oh, you told her?
Yeah, I told her.
What was her reaction to that?
She's like, it's fine. I feel like at the time, it's like a thing of, yes, I told her about this thing. Yes, I've mentioned it multiple times, trading. But because the profits weren't that significant, she didn't really believe it as much. So it's just a thing of just brushed it off. Like, I know, sorry about that, she'll be fine. Time I was depressed for like, not like necessarily depressed, but like I was not in a good mental state for like 2-3 months because of that 60K.
Yeah.
But we've gone through it. We've paid our school fees. Now, January last year, I watched another interview with Nasdaq Ninja. Yeah, that one he spoke about full margin trading. So I also started to dabble into it. So what I would do, let's say I have 1,000 rand. I always tell if I'm teaching anyone specifically with fundamentals, that's how I even blew up on TikTok. Blew up, I mean, just like a few 19,000 followers and stuff. But yeah, that's how I gained my following on TikTok. It was just fundamentals. So how I went about the fundamentals, I'm like, okay, if you have 1,000 rand, 200 rand in every single event, on a budget, 200 rand and just full margin. And then instead of also just doing that on fundamentals alone, I also started doing it on technicals, because for a while my trades, they were just going in. I'm excited. So at the time I was an IB, at the Way broker, I was at IB there. They had just paid me, I think, $100. I split it up. It was roughly 1.8, 1.7. So I just split it up, 100 rand. Full margin every single trade. So I'm like, okay, this thing's actually work. I say 100 rand to 1,000, 100 rand to 3,000, 200 to 1,000. It was nice. If I blew, I know I can blow 5 times in a row. I only lost 500 rand. But when I make money, I'm already making 1,000. So that I went into that full margin mentality quite a bit.
Do you think a lot of people have it wrong when it comes to understanding what full margin trading is supposed to be?
Yes, I really do.
Because I'm listening to you talk right now, and I think your concept of full margin trading is spot on, actually.
No, because with how people, whenever I mention full margin, I feel like what goes on to their mind is whatever you have, you put it in and just, that one candlestick will change my life. And realistically speaking, we know the game. We know that we can't be winning every single trade.
Yeah.
And you go in full margin, all the money that you have, one mistake you blow. It's either now you blow because it done a pullback, or you blow because you were just wrong completely. And then it's child. Now you've just lost all of your money. You don't have anything to fall back on, in a sense. So with me trading full margin, and how I always tell people whenever I'm teaching them about full margin, tell them, look, I even ask them whenever, like, hey, Sleazy, I want to trade NFP. A lot of people will DM me and say, hey, Sleazy, what's the direction? I have 1,000. How much am I going to make? The first question is, how much do you have right now in total? They'll maybe tell me like 1,000 rand. How much are you trading on NFP? 1,000 rand. I'm like, my brother. My brother. First of all, let's not worry about the direction right now. Forget the direction, forget anything. Withdraw 800 from that money. Only fund 200 rand on that account. The way I go about trading fundamentals, right now, I've been screaming and shouting on TikTok, I'm the best fundamental trader. Obviously, I don't really believe that. It's just a marketing strategy right now, but might as well that. But what I can say sets me apart from other traders is that although my win rate is not necessarily like 90%, 100%, it's not something insane, I make money in the long run because of the budgeting aspect. I call it money management. The money management aspect of my my fundamental trading, in a sense. The example I always make is, if you take all the major 5 events that I usually trade: NFP, CPI, PPI, FOMC, core retail sales. All 5 of these events, buy all of them. Chances are you'll get 2 of them right. You don't need to know the direction. Buy all of them, sell all of them. You'll get something right. You get me? Because the way, even economically, the way these events, the relationship between these events that they have, there's less chances that they are all going to go in the same direction, in a sense. And you split up your money right, you're going to make money, in a sense. I don't focus a lot on actually trying to understand the direction, although I have different strategies on how I get the direction, in a sense, or how I analyze the direction. Previously, I used to do technical analysis to get the direction, but now I focus more on an economical standpoint about if FOMC did this, if the interest rates were looking like this, then chances are your employment rate is going to look like this, your CPI is going to do this, etc., etc., etc. But even without that knowledge, basic understanding of fundamentals, when they predict this, you put this amount, you don't put everything, you blow, it's fine. You can blow this one, blow this one, blow this one, make here. If you take 200 Rand to 1,000 on both events, you've made 2,000 and you only put 1,000 Rand beginning of the month. So that's basically my whole fundamental thing. And full margin in general, even on normal technical day, if I see a setup, for example, time-based strategies, I like time-based more than your normal technical analysis, but I also do the normal technical analysis. By time-based, I mean at 10:30, I watch USD JPY and gold at 10:30. It usually picks a direction or follows the direction of the previous session, in a sense. And then at 16:30, obviously your Nasdaq and US 30, your opens. Sometimes it's 15:30, just based on your daylight savings time. But yeah, full margin trading with a time-based strategy. For me, it's the best way to start the game. Then once, obviously, you've made your money, you have like maybe 100K in your bank and not forth, then you start more gradual trading just to sustain yourself, just to have money. Say, okay, at the end of the month, I need to have at least 30,000. I need to have this, maybe 50,000, whatever your targets are. It's now easier because even if you blow, you have money to fall back on. When you always have money to fall back on, it even eradicates a lot of the psychological factors like over leveraging, over trading, revenge trading, because you know, even if I blow, I'm still okay, in a sense. So that's basically the whole trading concept of mine, at least.
Yeah. No, beautiful. I think you've broken it down in such a beautiful way. You know, I'm impressed, and I'm just like, yeah, no, you've got it. Now I can fully go around saying I support full margin trading because of you. Yeah, okay. Matric. Beginning of the year.
So matric, beginning of the year, I started full margin trading now. I think it was my first 20,000 month that month. And it was nice. And then at some point, I think I spent all my money. Now I'm back to zero again. And then I have to start over again. I have a big problem with how I spend my money. Making it, I can make it. I spend it. I remember there was even a time I can't never decline. But yeah. Money, what you call this? I was making money now. It's like, it's nice. And at the same time, I'm making videos on the internet now. My very first time opening a TikTok account was December 2023. So at the time I grew my account to 1,000 followers. I'm like, oh, I have the formula. I give my formula to my partner's band. Since everyone loves bands, Dumisho Chartman, they also get their accounts to 1,000 followers. We are all now over 1,000 followers, and then we keep pushing. Come July of 2024, last year, this was when the concept of full margin Olympics is even coming in now. That's when we started it, in a sense. So first, we blew up. We were trading an NFP that month. So previously, I was on a win streak on NFP, and then came July NFP. So now that July NFP, it spiked. But with that July NFP, I could say that's basically the turning point, at least on social media. Already I could say I could consider myself profitable. But at that point now, I'm just starting to see money like I've never seen before. July NFP, I blew, but now I have blown up. A lot of people know me. A lot of people are tapping into me. I'm making a lot of commissions from being an IB, making sales before the million rand fine. We were cooking signals and everything. We were doing mentorships and whatnot. So it was a nice time. And at the same time, we also met considerably big traders in the TikTok space, not in the IG space, no, not that as big, but in the TikTok space, they were considerably big. So we collabed with these traders, and only Pips came to me and Dumisho and Pant. He's like, okay, I have an idea, and that idea is for Margin Olympics, basically. We do a competition for the traders, by the traders, and basically the whole idea is to try and change the narrative of trading in a sense. As in, how can I say it? Right now, whenever you think trading or South African traders, you just think of those gold full margin traders. Or when you think of trading right here in South Africa, you think scam in a sense. So as the younger generation, if I would like to say it, our idea was to sort of try and change that narrative and show them that we actually have the skill. And instead of going around on the internet and beefing with each other, pulling up at our houses, shooting each other, whatnot and what forth, we put our money where we put the money where the mouth is. We go onto the charts, we trade.
Yeah.
In a sense. That was the idea behind it. It was a joke at first, hence the name Full Margin Olympics. It was a joke. And now we're actually starting to do something with it. And that month as well, of the first time it actually started, the first month we actually ran, it was September last year. And that was my biggest month.
Oh, yeah.
In income, specifically just trading in the charts. I was trading fundamentals like crazy. Like last year, as a team, we had made over $1 million last year. Me personally alone, fundamentals alone, I touched over 100K. I'm like, we're cooking now.
And time is your metric.
Yo,
Yeah.
I had already given up at school. I already detached from school completely.
Yeah, done.
My friends just knew that I'm a zombie at school, basically. Even my teachers told my mom, nah, he's not focused in class. He's always using his phone. I'm just there to sign the register. Even for me to actually pass my check, it was a whole argument. At the time, we just finished that Full Margin Olympics for the first month. And now we're also working on partnering brokers. And at the time, it was my best month. Next month again, boom, making even more. Next month again, just the money is just coming in rapidly.
Yeah.
It's insane. And then I failed like crazy for prelims. I do pure maths and physics, which is insane considering that I do not study. I got, I think 11% for maths and 23% for physics.
Gee.
No. Sorry, not 23, 14% for physics.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I just felt teachers were complaining about me. He's not focused. He doesn't care. He's not in school. He's not in class. What. I used to even get in school. Like school started 7:30. I was at school at 9. Like I was just
You know, as you're saying that, you're reminding me of the song. Da, 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 da. Wait till I get my money right. Yo.
I enjoyed that, man.
Yo. Yeah.
So now that day when my grandmother and I, we had a long conversation about school. So their whole fight is that, okay, we see what you want to do. We see what you're doing. We see that people let's say my mom would post me on her status. People would be like, "Hi, bo, I saw this child on TikTok." What. Like, people would recognize me just through this trading thing. Even on the streets, sometimes they'll be like, "Hey, Forex." Like, I'll be getting recognized and everything. They see this, they see that it's actually starting to come in, it's making sense. They see that the broker partnerships and everything. They're like, okay, at least get metric. I'm like, bet that we can do. But if I get this metric, university, you'll throw me. I'm not going to university, college, nothing. The only sense of studying that I want to do personally, I just want to get regulated, FSP license. That's it. After that, we'll see in the future. But yeah, we agreed on that. Sharp. I put everything aside for the rest of the year. It was just maths, because maths, I'm coming from 11%. I'm like, at least.
And you're fighting now.
At least let me do something. And I fought the fight. From 11% to jump to 44. I'm like, yeah, at least. Man, the diploma pass. I'm out of metric now. It's fine. But throughout the time, I gave a break with the trading. All that money I was seeing, all the money that I was stacking up, it was being spent.
I was about to ask that, how hard was it having to take a break?
It was, even coming back from the break was challenging.
Okay.
Because I'm already used to a certain amount. I'm used to a certain lifestyle and everything. I even stopped taking Ubers to school at this point in Bolt. I started walking again. If I'm not walking taxi, that was when I just blew everything. That was when I finished all the money. All of that money I saw, all the money we spent as a group, as a collective, gone.
Yeah.
Now, yes. Now I'm done. I just come out of metric. We're waiting for the results most in the next it's not December. I'm going back into trading. I deposited 1,000. It's like I had like maybe 3,000 left now. I deposited 1,000 flow. I deposited 500 flow. It was a 200 flow. At the time, I was deep into the derivatives as well. I used to trade derivatives at some point. Derivatives was so easy for me. I was making most of the money that I was counting was coming from deriv mostly at the time. But I make my comeback. I remember from like 27th, from the week of the 27th of November, just after finishing the last exam, I'm like, okay, it's fine. Let's dial it back. I took a 200 Rand to I took 100 Rand actually to 1.4 or something. Just grew it to 1.4, 1.5. Withdrew it and I put it onto deriv. Blew. That was one of the fastest times I ever blew. And just coming back into the game I'm used to depositing 1,000 Rand now. I'm used to a different type of risk management. I'm used to a different type of leverage, etc., etc. It was just challenging for me. But to try and overcome it, I got a tip from one of my boys, Timothy and Ryan Charts, and they told me, nah, bro, your leverage, firstly, the leverage that you're using, I was using 1:2,000. It's easy to blow on that leverage because it's easy to go full margin on it. They like, take your leverage to 1:500. Bet. That was the first step. Remove all the bonuses. Second step, bet. So now I'm trading 1:500, no bonuses, on a 100 Rand account. And on that account, I can't full margin now, meaning now, full margin is in, let's say on gold, I can only open one trade. Whereas with a bonus account, 1:2,000, I can open 3. So I can only open one trade, meaning now on a good day, I'm making 500 to 1,000, and it's slow growth. So I just grew that account slowly but surely, just step by step. And now finally we can say I'm back, if I may say. Obviously now I'm also juggling content creation and trading at the same time. It's a bit challenging, but now this is, for me, it's now a year that I can finally do everything that I want to do. And with that, this is for me a year for grind, 100% solo grind. Everything else, we'll see it later.
Yeah. Nah, beautiful, beautiful. Gee, I don't even want to ask any more questions. No, because I think you kind of just walked us through everything beautifully. And I think what I'm more excited about right now is to be like, to call you up in like 2-3 years and be like, hey bro, come back. I think we need an update.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah,
when I come back here, I need to come back with an M4.
Yes. I agree with that. No, because yeah, man, you're in a, you know what? And I think even the journey of deciding that, you know what, I'm not going to school. This is what I'm going to do. It comes with its own challenges. You know, I think a lot of people tend to think of when you decide to go the route that's not the traditional route. People obviously look at you sideways, like, why are you not just go to school? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
a lot of people.
you can.
I still have fights with a few people about it. I was calling my uncle. He's like, no, school is first and everything. He's like, go rewrite your exam. I'm like, what do you mean rewrite? From everything that I've gone through, I'm gonna go rewrite. I must go rewrite. He's like, no, I must go stay with him in Cape Town so we can study and all that.
You're not trying to have that.
I understand school it's important. I understand the importance of school. I understand, especially because of the previous generation from us. It's like, it's a completely different space. It's a completely different time. At the time, even the time during the apartheid eras and all that, it's like, only thing that we could realistically do is just, you go to school, but even your education is limited. There's only like a select few that even went to higher education, if I could necessarily say. And even after that, now, post-apartheid and everything, the only thing that makes sense still, it's like, just go to school, get a job, make money. How can I say, live a comfortable life.
Yeah.
And in my mindset, my thinking, I don't want comfortability. I want freedom. In a sense, I want to wake up and say, oh, I want to fly to Dubai now. Or let's say, for example, someone is sick, we go to the best hospital. Or I don't know, man. Like, I don't want that safety net, pension, and I get sharp. I want to get to a point where I don't even need that. I'm like, there's millions in my bank account. It's chilled. There's no real issue in a sense. I just want freedom. I see the school thing. It's important. While you're young, stay in school, study and everything. Get your matric, even though I was ready to drop out.
Yeah.
But at some point, man, it's your life. Do what you want to do. Do what you have to do.
Yeah, I think walking the path that's not walked by many. It's not for everyone, but for those who do it, the courage to do it, I mean, kudos to us.
Yeah.
I really want to talk about growth, like personal growth that you've seen. Have you been focusing on personal growth outside of the charts?
Oh, like self-improvement.
Yes.
Physically, I couldn't say I do. I lack a lot of consistency in that regard. My consistency is in the charts, but outside of the charts and personal growth, I read a book every once in a while. Okay, I work on my psychology, my mentality, etc., etc. Go out, have fun, just to cool off and just be in a space where you're not stressed, you're not feeling negative pressure and all of that. You're happy, man. So I focused a lot on being happy. On the worst days, I make it a thing of, on the worst days, I have this thing where I try to focus, even if it's one good thing that happened on that day, I try to focus on that good thing specifically, just to make sure that my happiness stays. And apart from that as well, God, man, just have to focus on God. Read the Bible occasionally. Not occasionally, constantly. Yeah, read the Bible constantly, pray, go to church and all that. not really consistent with the church thing, unfortunately. But your connection with God is above all else for me. It's the most important thing.
Yeah. You know, you just said something right now, working on your psychology. Because I think trading psychology for a lot of people is probably where people are getting beat the most, you know. And people are probably watching this right now and they're like, okay, Alu, we hear you, bro. We hear what you're saying, but my homie just said I'm working on my psychology. So what does that actually look like in a practical sense?
To basically, for me, working on psychology, you build discipline. Even if you're not building discipline within charts, you build discipline elsewhere so you can at least have the skill of discipline. In a sense, that for me is basically the first step. What do I mean by that? For example, let's say you have something that you're working on. Before Forex, I wanted to be a professional football player. So for me, that that looks like I'm in training every single day. If my club is not training, I'm training alone. I'm working on myself. I'm working on being fit, etc., etc. Now within the charts, you're outside of just back testing and actually just watching the charts and making sure you're learning. Now you're also focusing on your money management. You're also focusing on your financial literacy. You're also a lot goes into this trading thing, man. And you can read books. I could say you could read books, learn a few skills from those books or whatnot. But also the execution of the thing is what's most important. The psychological aspect of it. Even if you have like 1,000 Rand, 3,000 Rand, 5,000 Rand, open yourself like a cent account, put in 100 Rand and just target 10 Rand a day. There you'll build a different type of discipline. You'll detach yourself from money because obviously you need to make at least 100% by the time you want to withdraw. You want to come out with at least 200 Rand. Does it make sense? You deposit 100 Rand, just withdraw 110 in a sense. So that's another aspect to
profit.
Yeah. Profit.
No, but that's beautiful. No, Alu, thank you so much for coming through. Shout out to you, by the way.
Thank you for having me.
Shout out for the grind. Keep pushing. Like I said, 2 to 3 years.
I need to be here. I need to come.
Your phone, like, hey, Joe, it's time. You know, no, thank you so much. Do you guys offer any services?
Right now, signals, no. It's just working on being, just working on getting regulated. Well, one of my partners is working on getting regulated. I'm more in the social media aspect of things right now. But mentorships, yeah, I do mentorships. And with the mentorship thing, it's just basically trying to and any trader that comes to me looking to learn the skill or anything, take them from the basics all the way to advanced and try to minimize the struggle in a sense. The journey alone is very hard, but once you have someone to actually hold your hand and walk you through it, it becomes considerably easier. So that's basically what my idea behind mentorship is.
Perfect. And you are mostly on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Not mostly, but that's where where it's happening for you.
TikTok is I'm trying to come into the IG space, but I haven't cracked the algorithm. That side.
TikTok, that's where it's happening currently. I believe so. I believe. We were actually having a conversation with the gents the other day. We're like the next big, how can I put this? Like the next group of big traders that are coming is going to be the TikTok traders. That's where we're going to see now a new generation of like, you know, like a whole new guys that are big now, you know, the guys now they becoming OGs, the IG guys, they're going to be the OG guys. And then you guys are coming in right now. And I think it's going to be quite exciting to see how it shifts. Because I know TikTok, you guys, I don't know what's happening there. A lot is happening there.
There's a lot. Occasionally we're fighting on lives. Or we're educating or we're trading together. The TikTok space, it's fun, man. There's a lot that happens on the TikTok space, specifically trading wise in a sense. And it's fun, man. I don't know how best to explain it. There's this one guy, landlord, every time he's on a live, it's chaos. It's chaos. Like, yo. Or maybe someone comes on a live and says, yo, chief, I just made 100,000. Show us the withdrawal. Show us the bank statement. The TikTok side is there. We like to say, me and my boys, we like to say the TikTokers, they are very disrespectful, but they know what they're doing. They know their stuff. On the TikTok side of things, it's less lifestyle and more actually the skill. Whenever you watch a TikTok trader, you bump into their lives. Maybe they are trading. Unfortunately, we can't show charts because we get banned. I have an account that got banned already. I had 2 accounts.
Why is that?
You're not allowed to show charts because they put you under fraud and scams.
Ooh.
So quick, fast, out.
Yo, that's crazy.
So already I was on 2 strikes. I was on a strike for showing charts and gambling on a live. So 3rd strike, I was talking about NFP and I did a technical analysis. I was like, okay, right now I'm holding this trade. I'm going to hold it throughout the week. I just showed the charts for a good 10 minutes. All of a sudden, they're telling me to download all of my content because you're banned. Hi, bo.
Yo.
My account. Because at the time, that account was on 17.7K. I'm like, yo, all of those 17.7K. God. I know I have another account, but that one, the only reason I had this one was because the other one was already on a warning. So I opened this one. I'm like, okay, let's grow this side. And I grew it to 17K. I left this one on 16. So now I come back to this one. This one is gone. This one, I no longer have views. I no longer get registrations, anything. I even saw a decline in the IB dashboard as well after I got banned. But right now, I could say it's back. It's fully operational. It's just that it's my last account, so I can't show charts.
Gee, that is crazy though. Like, what's the workaround when it comes to that?
So for me, I basically try to funnel my people to YouTube.
Okay.
So I have weekly breakdowns that I do. I haven't posted in 3 weeks now though, but I have a weekly breakdown that I do and I just funnel people towards the YouTube. And on Instagram, for example, let's say we want to trade NFP. I'll make videos the whole week on TikTok and say we will be live on Instagram at this time. And that's also another way for us to gain more people on the Instagram side. But the TikTok is where it's at. But unfortunately, TikTok does not support us.
Tricky. No, Alu, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Do you on YouTube as well?
Yeah.
What's your YouTube channel?
ONG_sleazy.
Okay.
ONG sleazy everywhere. TikTok, Facebook, IG. YouTube is all okay.
No, perfect. We'll leave links down in the description for people to follow you. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was another installment of Market Masters with myself, Nqobile Tembane. I'll see you guys same time, same place next week. And we're out.